I once saw a knight riding toward the temple. She was so lovely, her armor gleaming in the sun, but I don't think I ever saw her come back. Come by again if you feel like talking. When I was little, my brother and I played in the swamps. He almost drowned, and I almost got eaten. I'll never forget that day. I'll still be here. I once saw a knight.
You're here. Speak your piece or let me work.
I'll await. That's wonderful news. You've made the right decision. Believe me, for a favor like this, Camelot will knight you the moment you set foot in the capital. For now, though, you'll have to settle for this rather hefty purse. Now we'll inform Yvain that everything is ready. We're packing up the Menhir and heading for Camelot, and anyone with any sense will come along with us. I saw Yvain wavering in his decision, but without any hope of awakening the Menhir in Connacht, all of his efforts were in vain. Let's meet in the audience chamber. We have to see the look on his face for ourselves.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Didn't expect to see you here.
Just keep your head down. You startle me. You return. I hope it's with some purpose, not idle chatter. Take care out there.
It's over, Lord Yvain. The time has come to take the Menhir to Camelot. If you care for your people, prove it. The Menhir is fading, and there's no way to reignite it. You know perfectly well that this is the only option.
I know the Menhir is fading, and nothing can stop that, but its power still lingers. I haven't yet exhausted every means to bring it back to life.
And how exactly do you plan to do that, huh? Your druid is useless, and I've never heard of any way to restore a Menhir's power other than Merlin's old rituals.
You're right. The rituals are lost, but the Menhir stays where it is. At least until I return from the expedition for the Holy Grail. That is Camelot law. An ancient one that neither you nor any of the Knights of the Round Table can break.
What? So you've really thought this through, haven't you? But hear this. If the Menhir's power is completely depleted, we'll have no choice but to leave for Camelot. Protecting the lives of Camelot's subjects takes precedence over any holy mission. That's King Arthur's decree.
I am aware. But you have no authority to order a return to Camelot until the Menhir has completely faded. I know the old laws, Denholm. That's why I choose to evoke them. I will lead an expedition to find the Holy Grail. Such is my will.
Well, if that is the will of the Lord of Kurnocht, then Camelot will have no choice but to acknowledge it. I'll report this to command. They're in for a surprise. Stay and see if you can talk some sense into him. If he's set on this expedition, well, if he's so eager to die, I won't stand in his way.
I'm sorry you had to witness that unpleasant exchange. You heard what Denholm said. Camelot won't dare touch the Menhir as long as I lead the expedition for the Holy Grail. Once again, I need your help, and I'm prepared to grant whatever you ask in return. People I can trust, those prepared to share the burden of this quest for the Grail. I can't command anyone to join me. They must come of their own free will. Otherwise, the expedition is doomed to fail before it even begins. And, as you've likely noticed, I'm not exactly beloved by my subjects. I have no idea, but I also have no other choice. I will find the Grail or die trying. I owe it to my people. Those who still believe I can save their homes and their land. My only regret is that I acted so late. Denholm is right. The Menhir is fading. If we fail to return with the Grail in time, the people of Kurnocht will be forced to leave for Camelot or face death here. I suppose I brought it on myself with my indecision. When Camelot came and began pillaging our resources, I stayed silent. Though I shouldn't have. At the time, I thought I had no choice. If I refused Camelot's forces, I risked bringing war to Kurnocht. But I also couldn't bring myself to order my people to leave outright. You can't live your life trying to balance on the fence. But that's exactly what I did. I hoped everyone would be happy. Now, of course, no one is. I would start by looking among the most trusted and eldest members of our community. Our priestess, Niante, possesses unparalleled talent in healing. Her presence would certainly be invaluable on such a journey. Then there's Urfa, a skilled blacksmith who was once a formidable warrior. If not for the strength of his muscles, the strength of his mind could prove useful. You might also speak with Maggot. Since the two of you have been through so much together, he may not be thrilled by the idea, but I believe his heart is still in the right place. It's hard to say, and that only proves how much I've lost touch with my own people. Even those as respected as these three. Still, try to approach them with kindness. They all have their demons, and I doubt they'll agree to join if they are still tethered by unresolved matters. Thank you. And believe me, the reward you'll receive for your efforts will be priceless. And whether they agree or not, I will set out for the Grail. I will buy more time for Cornot.
Didn't expect to see you here.
I know. I'm the one who suggested it. It's the only way to get Camelot to hold off moving the Menhir. Yvain can count on me. After everything that's happened, I see now that this is the right path. Tell Yvain I'll join him on this holy mission. Go with her blessing.
I'm an outcast, exiled from my home. Avalon.
It's you again. I'm starting to think you're not exactly bringing us luck. Not to this household, anyway. Beor, he's doing badly again. But there's nothing more you can do for him. Nothing anyone can do now. Whatever you both did, it was a disaster. I told him, don't fuss. You've got a strong heart. You'll live a little longer. But no, he got stubborn and dragged you into it as well. Let me guess. He latched on to the idea of getting help from the Stone Wardens? No need to answer. I know already. He managed to tell me before. Well, before it happened. He came at me, and I barely made it out alive. And what for? What was the point? I know. But it doesn't change the fact that Beor's gone. He is not the man we knew. I don't know what'll happen to him now. Especially when I'm gone. I'm not getting any younger. And this life, it's hardly a life. Never would have thought the Dalriata would treat us like this. Especially not the Stone Wardens. I thought they were the ones with real honor. Ah, old and foolish. Beor, he's in a locked room. You'll see why. No, worse, if you ask me. Doesn't talk much. Just sits there, hand on his chest, like it's burning him from the inside. Mumbles the same nonsense as before. I've asked him if it hurts. Never says a word. Just stares past me, like I'm made of smoke. Whatever's got a grip on him now. It's not like before. Feels deeper. Feels final. And what's left? Yeah, it's got his face. But It's not him. Not anymore. Damn it, boy. I'd trade places with you if I could. Why are you always so goddamn stubborn? Beor's fully recovered. He's doing well and making his own decisions. He doesn't need an old man hovering over him anymore. And, well, to be honest, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm proud of him, but you didn't hear that from me. You've done right by me, so I'll give you some advice. This whole expedition is madness, but as they say, sometimes there's method in madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old bones can still be useful. I might not think much of our Lord, but I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. This isn't just about him. It's about our home. I'll do whatever I can for Kuanacht. Tell Yvain he can count on me, even if it's the last journey I'll ever take.
Don't think you can kill me. I was never truly alive. That foolish old man thought he could beat me. Not a chance! Soon I'll be free, and he'll regret it. Don't think you can kill...
Really? What for? The Mynheer burns beautifully. Nothing bad can happen now. Ah, yes, that makes sense. I can see it now. And he sent you to me. How unexpected. But honestly, I'm not worthy. And I don't think I ever will be. What use is a scatterbrained pseudo-druid who's been abandoned by Mother Nature? I'd just get in the way. Or worse, I'd put everyone in danger. The maggot inside me is still strong, I know it. That's why I have to stay here to protect others from its influence. Tell Yvain I'm sorry. I'm honored he thought of me, but I can't join this expedition.
Oh, my savior. This heart's working wonders, let me tell you. No more suffering. That foolish... Oh!
What do you want?
The less attention, the better.
I wasn't expecting company. What news? The people I told you about. Have any of them agreed to join me on the quest for the Holy Grail? Well done. Naturally, I would have preferred to bring them all, but 2 will make fine company. Perhaps along the way, we'll meet others willing to lend us their skills. After all, I can hardly believe you're the only one bold enough to roam the world in search for adventure. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, know this. You brought change to Connacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received from King Arthur himself. Be the shield that watches over Connacht, as House Terion has done for generations.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful. I am the wall between order and ruin.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility?
I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon, and may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come. Now I understand. The shield isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people. I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders, taking on roles they don't even understand. All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. But their power comes from symbols they don't even understand. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces, is incapable of acting without direct orders. Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots. It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work, turned the situation into something Yvain could exploit. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act, this land just waits and rots. Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't be enough. This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this. Yes, the situation is complex, but that is precisely the burden of a leader. Complexity does not excuse paralysis, and yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing, while the world around them fractures. Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield, to judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing against me. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those who live without struggle grow soft, and in comfort, they let go of their values. Symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament. I named his bloodline the Shield of Kuanacht, and granted them dominion over this menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power. Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find my crown. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this wretched kingdom of ruin.
You need something? Ah, it's you again. What brings you back to the court? Be well.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have no other choice. I will either return with the Grail or die in the attempt. Nothing can change my mind.
Fine. Do as you will. I'll gladly hear people's reactions to their own lord abandoning them, especially now, when all hope is fading along with the Mynheer. Don't say I didn't warn you. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today? As soon as the necessary preparations are complete. With any luck, it won't take much longer. Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supplies. I do not know when or if I will return. Connacht and its people must be ready for either eventuality. I cannot say for certain, but I have faith that Ansem will manage. Truth be told, he's been the one keeping things in order for quite some time now. Since Maeve's passing, I've been all too aware of how much I've neglected my responsibilities. Camelot will keep the peace in my stead, and I can only hope that the people of Connacht will come to trust Denholm and his men. We may not agree on every matter, but I cannot deny Denholm's honor. When I return, it will have to be enough. And so, I thank you once more. House Terion is... no, wait. I am personally deeply indebted to you. Because of your efforts, my family has the chance to reclaim the glory it once knew. Really? I hope he supports my decision to embark on a quest for the Holy Grail. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, and I'll stand by it. Whether my noble ancestor approves or not. Well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure that his blessing is not squandered. House Terion ends with me. Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir. And I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage while the world I knew crumbled around me. But your words are kind. The story of my family began in glory, and in glory, it will end. Farewell.
You need something?
Well, well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. We're getting closer to the end. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you. No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's time you took a look behind the curtain. It's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum. I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye on certain things, and our relationship soured. No, not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. His crown, this time. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patiently, depending on how he feels about... Oh, you'll see for yourself. How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory is a surprise all on its own. But don't worry, they've got bigger problems at the moment than you sneaking off with their sacred helmet. Once you're done, meet me at the Charred Conclave. That's where we'll finish this, one way or another.
It is a bold decision, and I am glad he finally made it. It was wise of him to invoke the old laws. Camelot will not dare to break them, and the men here will remain in Kuanacht, at least until the lives of its people are in immediate danger. It's an ancient law I established myself. It is good that he is not going alone. I honor the courage of those who follow him, although none of us can say if they will return. Even if Yvain does not return, his actions will be remembered. Of that, I am certain. I wouldn't know. I cannot remember the exact date, and... does it really matter? I was born in the homelands, then came to Avalon, only to be reborn, again and again. Rebirth seems to be an unavoidable part of my life. I think I'm starting to tire of it. Still, if they're asking, we might as well go. What's the worst that could happen?
You doing okay?
beloved once and future king, let this sacrifice What is the meaning of this? Who are you? A party? Watch your tongue, or you will soon regret it. This is a sacred celebration of the birth of the Father of all mankind and the world as we know it. You owe him reverence and eternal gratitude. That is correct. Our days are devoted to the celebration of the genius, the guardian spirit the once and future king became after death. Why do you ask? To be honest, no. We remain devoted to the celebration of the genius. Because it is the only thing that makes sense. Just think about it. His spirit has guided us from the moment of our birth to the day of our death. And even beyond, we still feel his presence. His will shaped our lives, dictated our very fate. Only a fool would deny that Arthur is the genius of all mankind. Women excluded, of course. Women are not capable of experiencing Arthur's genius. Blasphemer! Heretic! Liar! How dare you invoke his name in vain? You will regret making a mockery of the once and future king.
their food a coin.
That is one way of putting it, my friend. Let's be honest. We live in a world where even a birthday is hard to celebrate. I did not expect the madness of this land to run so deep that it denies even the dead their rest. I cannot remember the last time someone offered me such simple, honest wishes. I can feel your intent. I know you wish me peace above all else, and I hope to find it in time, my friend. When that happens, you will finally be able to rest, and Avalon may yet have a chance to rise again, in one form or another. That is not how I see our bond. To me, you are a window to the world, my sight, my hearing, and my guide. And though I take on a spiritual form, it is you who watches over me. I needed to say that.